Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. I pray the Most High blesses this lesson this evening. Gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. I got inundated right now with many witnesses concerning this video right here. Just shows how the whole body is working together to bring out this truth. It's that time. We're going to take a look at this video, but it's not surprising to me whatsoever. We just moved into March. We're working our way to our new year. There's going to be a whole lot of cleaving going on. There's going to be a whole lot of people who are going to be seeing the light right now. It's just, we know as we get closer to the Great Tribulation, there's going to be more people who are going to realize that they've been lied to, or willing to admit it. I'm sure many of these guys have known this for a very long time. But the lies don't work anymore. The things that they've been saying about us or ignoring us and putting us in a corner, that 800-pound gorilla in the corner that they don't want to deal with, is here now. And there's nothing that they can do to refute what the Most High is bringing out right now. See, before, when they were in their blessing, it was easy to ignore us. But now that their blessing is being taken away from them, and they see their inevitable fall, now they're going to admit the truth. The Most High is putting spirits on them to admit the truth. Let's take a look at this video real quick. You get some parts right, but this is what happens, before we don't let Gentiles teach us. These guys are not capable of teaching us the truth. They'll admit some things right here, admit some truths right here, but they're not in any position. They have no qualifications to teach us whatsoever. But what he says here is beautiful. It's what we've been saying this whole time. So just because he says it doesn't give it any more validity. It's just now he's admitting it to his own people. We've been saying the same things and more for a very long time. He's just now getting around to admitting it. So let's listen to a little bit here.
Now let me say something right quick. I think back on the African American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song. You hear a black person sing one of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth, because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep South and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer. Right along with those masters.
It's going to cause you to suffer. Shut your white mouth. Just like he said right there. See, that was the whole thing. They keep saying everything's equal. John 3:16. As long as it's a white person who's breaking everything down for you. Just look at the timing today. He's pretty much telling that white people, you have nothing to say anymore. That's what this guy's telling them. To white people, you have nothing to say. You have no authority anymore. First day of March. 19 days to the new year. He's telling them, that's it. You guys being able to tell them everything and be the authority, that's over. It's done. Which is what we've been saying. We're moving into the Great Tribulation. All those lies from the priests of Mahan. That they've just been able to just, hey, we said it, that's it. You have no recourse. If we say, it's Monday and it's really Friday, you just believe it's Monday. Because we have that kind of authority. This guy right here is saying, shut your white mouth. Because he knows that those white people, have been the ones lying, telling half-truths, not telling the whole truth, making all the black people keep their mouths shut, not giving any validity to any of the so-called black people, unless they pretty much just espouse the same lies the so-called white people do. They like those kind of black people. The ones that say, oh, yeah, white Jesus came and died for me too. Oh, yeah, this is my country. Oh, yeah, we're all equal. See, they love those kind of black people. But this guy's telling you right here, white supremacy, white authority, done.
Cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Now, let me say something right quick.
Okay. They're going to reimburse us. See, these guys know this. It's all over the scriptures. Everything you've done to us is going to happen to you. He's admitting it. He's finally admitting it. And there's a lot of very uncomfortable people out there in the pews. There's a lot of uncomfortable people. Yeah, they might have clapped, but they didn't, I'm sure there's plenty of them that weren't clapping at all. Because they don't want to hear this truth. Kind of hard when you go to your church and you want to get a good feel-good sermon for the week. And he comes out and busts this one out for you. He's like, not only is you going to have a crappy week, but the people you've been, crapping on this whole time, those are God's people. And that the Most High knows exactly what has happened to us. And he's going to make those people reimburse us for absolutely everything we've gone through. That's the whole Bible in a nutshell. One of these guys have been listening, they've been listening to the Hebrews. They've been listening to us for a long time, but they've been able to ignore us for, because it was their blessing. But when you get into even other scriptures from other books, it says the same thing. It says the same thing all over the place. Let's read Deuteronomy real fast. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. So you guys have put us at the bottom and ignored us the whole time. But this is what the Most High says about us. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's how it was set up from the beginning. We messed up and got thrown to the bottom. Took on the curses. This whole time, the church has been trying to hide the fact that we are the people. That the churches and the society stole our identity. And that they replaced us. Yes, you replaced us for a time when you got the blessing. But now the blessing is coming back to the Most High's chosen people. There's no stopping it whatsoever. Just as you guys have been, a lot of the Gentiles are having their great day today, talking about their new vaccine and how, they're looking forward to the future. They also came out with the fact that the number of cases have now started to creep up, as they love to say. Oh, it's creeping up now. Deaths are starting to, as they say, creep up. But they got all these vaccines coming. Vaccines won't make a difference because the Most High is the author of this movie. And when he says the plagues are released, they're released. No matter how quickly you try to open up everything, the Most High is, like I said, is the author of this movie. And he's about to shut everything down. Nothing is done on accident. Nothing is by coincidence. This guy having this video come out right now, admitting the truth, admitting that we are the Most High's chosen people, and admitting that there's going to be a payback. None of that is on accident. Psalms of Solomon. You read Psalms of Solomon. If you have the Old Testament pseudepigrapha, it's on page 660. Israel was taken into exile to a foreign country. The Lord expelled them from the inheritance. That's exactly what he did to us. All these other psalms that they've hidden, they're all talking about us. They're all breaking down the things that have happened to our people. And then Most High, here at the end, this is exactly what's happening right now in the Psalms of Solomon. 7, page 658. You will have compassion on Israel forever, under his yoke forever. Most High is going to have compassion on our people forever. And that's exactly what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the Most High's compassion to his people. You're seeing the Most High turn his face back to his people. That's what we're seeing right now. Nothing happens without the Father's will. He allowed us to go through all of this. And now he's awakening our people, but now he's going to wake the other nations. They're going to see all the things that have happened to our people and the way that we've been treated and the way no one's cared. And if you ever read the Nag Hammadi, the tripartite tractate, that's a great book right there. This is page 97. Okay? The Father's plan. He guarded knowledge till the end. The Most High has guarded knowledge and understanding until the end. Many people have tried to come up with books and movies talking about how things were going to happen here at the end, but all of them fail because they have forgotten or excluded. They hadn't forgotten, excluded on purpose the Most High's chosen people. And now at the end, the Most High is bringing out knowledge and understanding. And right now at the end, and for the other nations, the Most High has closed off understanding to you until the end. And now at the end, this guy right here, this pastor here, is bringing out that knowledge and understanding. You don't hear them talking about us being the chosen people, us being God's people. You don't ever hear them talking about them having to pay. But here at the end, that's exactly what's going on. This is also going to be from the Nag Hammadi, Apocalypse of Peter, page 80. Their minds will be closed, for the invisible one has opposed them. Most High kept their minds closed until now. You imagine, like I said, you imagine that ride home after that church service for the people who were in the pews there, in the church there. I don't think they were ready for that. Even if they think it, they don't, for sure don't want to hear their pastor saying that. They looked to him for spiritual guidance, and he just guided them into a huge ditch. He just guided them into a heartbreaking reality. Gospel of Truth, page 45, and the Nag Hammadi. Nothing happens without his pleasure. Nothing happens without the Father's will. So all you guys who keep thinking all this stuff is just the devil, most of you guys don't understand it. It's the Most High who controls both sides. It's the Most High who keeps people, not knowing what's really going on. And now at the end, he's about to let it all hang out. The whole world is believing a lie. But you're going to see many people get exposed to the truth now, because those are the times that we're in right now. So just look at it. March 1st, all of a sudden you get this video coming out. Moving into, just imagine what we're going to see in the next few days leading up until our new year. They've known this the whole time, but they're bringing this information out is all the Most High. He's bringing out on his time. So like I said, today they talked about how finally cases and deaths are ticking up. Telling people, don't get so complacent. Don't think that we've already won. Don't start opening up everything. They said, screw that. We're going to do whatever we want. Hey, these numbers are down. We're opening up everything we can. Life's going back to normal. Uh-oh. Then this guy comes out with this video. It's circulating on the internet. People are seeing it. So when they go to bed at night, is it true? What that pastor said, is it true? Well, no. Everything's getting better, isn't it? The numbers are going down? No, they're not. We've seen this movie before, how the numbers shoot up, come down, plateau, and then start to shoot back up. But we got vaccines. That's going to fix everything, right? That's what's going on at night when they're at home. Late at night when their kids are asleep. The lights are off. The angels are whispering in their ear, telling them that, the same things that we did to their kids, they're going to do to our kids? No, that can't be. Maybe. Other videos popping up. Then they start to go and get on their computers and go do a little search. And then more videos are popping up talking about the Most High's chosen people and who they really are. And how now the other nations are going to have to pay for their conduct, according to what they've done to the Most High's chosen people, according to what the scriptures say. The scriptures don't say that you get to do all these things to us and you get to just walk away. The scriptures say that you're going to have your eyes open and you're going to know who the Most High's chosen people are, and you're going to be surprised. Read that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. The books that the Vatican and the Christian churches have hidden from you. So what this guy is saying is true. But we've been telling you this for a very long time. So don't think it like it's something he came up with, because it's not. Most High put in his spirit. Most High controls him too. The Most High put in his spirit to admit the truth to you today. So let's listen to it again for a little bit more, because it sounds so good.
I think back on the African American people in America. I think how that they were taken against their wills, put in the belly of ships, brought over here, beat, cussed. Many of them died in the guts of those ships, thrown overboard. They were pulled from families over there. You ain't never heard a gut-wrenching song. You hear a black person sing one of those old black Negro spirituals. Nobody knows. I can't sing it like that, see, because I hadn't experienced what they be. When you've experienced hell, it comes out of the voice. I said, when you experience hell, it comes out of the voice. If you're one of those people that you got problem with black people or whatever, you better shut your mouth, because they're God's people. You better hear what I'm saying to you. You better shut your mouth. You better shut your white mouth. You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you. I know some of you was raised in the deep South, and you was raised by prejudiced people and bigoted people. You better get that out of your system. You better get it out of your system. It'll cause you to suffer right along with those masters. It'll cause you to suffer right along with them. These are God's people. And I know that there's wicked in white races and wicked in black races and all that. I'm not justifying none of that stuff. I'm just saying God knows what happened to the black race. He knows how they wound up over here. And God is going to reimburse the black people for all their trouble and all their labor. You watch what I tell you.
Testament of Moses, which is again in the Old Testament, pseudepigrapha, page 932. Heavenly One will rise from his throne. He will leave his habitation with indignation and wrath on behalf of his sons. Indignation and wrath on behalf of his sons. The Most High is not playing. The time is ticking. Psalms of Solomon, Old Testament pseudepigrapha, page 667. You want to know why these books have been hidden? Check this one out. He will separate the peoples, put Gentiles into yokes of iron. Like the guy just said, the Most High is going to recompense his people. Most or many of these scriptures are talking about that, and they're hidden. As they said before, we don't accept those books. Well, I wouldn't accept them either, I guess, if you knew that it had your fate intertwined in these books, interwoven in all these books. Let's see here. So that's what's going on right now. See, he's even still kind of giving it to them lightly. Talking about them getting recompensed. But there's a lot more going on in there. But hey, maybe you want to break it to them slowly. Like when you break up with your girlfriend, you don't want to, really, really break her heart. So you kind of just let her down slowly. Or ladies, you know how you guys do it to the men. Breaking them down slowly. So I guess maybe they got about another 19 days to slowly get it broken down to some more. But hey, this is also letting people know about the cleaving, who you're supposed to be cleaving to, who you're supposed to be blessing. Most High is also giving people an opportunity to see the truth in order for them to make the correct decision. So, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Most High is, breaking it down to many people, but he's also giving them an opportunity to repent and to follow the Most High and cleave to his people, the true people of the Most High. So don't think you can come in, like we said before, on your own terms. That's not what's going to happen. You're going to follow our power, and you're going to follow the rules and regulations that he has set up. And like you said in Isaiah 14, people are going to cleave to Israel. So that's why we have to teach. That's why we have to be a light in order to bring in, be used. We can be used to, be the light to the world in order to bring them out of the darkness. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement of the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is Holy Spirit? Acknowledge Yahweh Shai. Shalom.